Now, there are a lot of left-wing social media voices that are quite irritated by your existence, Avi. And I'm sure none of them are as irritated as the Premier himself. Now, you've had to fight quite a few battles against the State Labor Party. Now, one of those battles was ensuring proper access for the independent press to ask questions of political leaders. It's a very similar battle that Ezra has going in Canada. Are you disappointed in Australia's media class for protecting their own interests instead of helping people like you protect other things such as press freedom?
Alexandra, it's worse than you even think, because people don't realise that when I took that fight on, which we ended up losing because of some obscure law, it was more about parliamentary privilege, and I, to be honest, think that it's just an abuse of parliamentary privilege, that the fact that they get to control which journalists are asking questions in the corridors of power. But that's what it is. But the thing that's more crazy about it is that when we took the fight on, the media class were attacking our lawyers, going at our lawyers, because our lawyers also represent a lot of the media. And we're saying to them, why are you defending this guy? Why are you letting him come into Parliament? Why do you want him there? And that's what we're up against. So as rebels, we're up against, and I'm sure you guys are the same, we're up against, the political class. We're up against the entire establishment. We're up against the entire media. It's literally us against them all, without a millionth of the resources that they have. The only thing we have is people power, and at times that's what's helped us win. We've gone up against everything, and in COVID, in fact, it helped us help so many others fight back. And I truly believe that some of the changes in laws and or restrictions were caused by the pushback. If there was no pushback, proper pushback, I'm not just talking about people heading out on the street confronting the police or whatever, which a lot of them were really brave. But at the end of the day, if the police and the state could arrest them, lock them up, and not face any real consequences for it, who knows how that would have ended. But because we started, for example, the Fight the Fines campaign during lockdown, that they had to think twice, because they realised people were actually going to be funded, people were going to push back, people were going to fight back. My security guard got paid like $150,000. It taught him a lesson. And at the end of the day, the worst thing of that, besides for it just looking, it looks bad for the police, it's shocking for the state, but really it's the taxpayer that ends up paying for all that. So heads should roll on so many levels, but I live in the state of Victoria, where unfortunately common sense ain't that common.
Yeah, that money should be deducted out of the parliamentary salary, I think, would be a much better plan.
No, they've all taken pay rises in this period. I think they've had like 4 in that time.